So in case you missed it, oh, did you miss it? In case you missed it, Allschool has extended their 10% Classpod platform fee until the end of the year. So today I'm going to be talking about a little bit about what Allschool is, but I've got a ton of videos on here if you're not familiar with Allschool. It's a platform where you can teach your own classes, much like Outschool. And I'm going to be talking about Classpod and showing you how to use the functions of Classpod. Welcome to my channel, everyone. My name is Jillian from JillianShanahan.com, and this is my dog Romeo. Romeo, say hi. No, not to me. Say to them. Say hi, everybody. And on this channel, we talk about teaching online, whether it be independently or with a platform such as Allschool. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, then make sure you click subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you don't. So to answer the basic questions about Classpod, Classpod is like the what you might be used to if you were teaching for, say, like VIP Kid or Palefish or Magic Ears. You go in there and you go into their platform. Because it's their platform, they have a little bit more control over it. They want you to teach on that. So they're going to be taking less money from your wallet, less money from your pocket, basically, from your earnings. So if you want to earn more money, Classpod is a good alternative. There are a few things on Classpod that Zoom doesn't have. Zoom is the other option. And there are a few things that Zoom has that Classpod doesn't have. So it really depends on who you're teaching and what you're teaching to see what the best option is for you. And I will do an entire video going over the differences in more detail. So make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss that. All right, so we're gonna go pop into the classroom, show you how to set up your course with Classpod, and then show you how to get into the classroom and navigate around the classroom. Let's go.
So when you're creating your course, you will put in the course title, the subject, all of that. I showed you how to do that before. You're gonna go down here to your default teaching software and you'll choose either Classpod or Zoom. That's the first thing that you're going to do. If you want to use Classpod, it's already set defaulted to Classpod. You can switch it to Zoom if you want to. Now, if you've already created your class and you set it to Zoom and you want to switch it to Classpod, you can do that too. So when you're creating a class, type in like whatever class that you have, create new class. When you come down here, you can switch it to either Zoom or Classpod. When it's time for it to start, you're going to click Start Now, and this is going to open up the Classpod app on your computer. Make sure you already have the teacher's version of Classpod downloaded. All right, now when you're ready to start a new class, if it's on Classpod, when you click Start here, it's going to open up the Classpod app. And here's the Classpod teacher app. So you'll click on the class that you want to go into, and then you are going to hit enter. But the classroom doesn't open until 10 minutes before. So if you want to practice on Classpod, you can just go to Create Open Class and practice one learner. Set up your start time. So I'll set it for 11:30 so I can enter it. I'll put it for 30 minutes. And then save. And you're going to go into the classroom and you're going to see it's going to say enter, so you'll enter it. All right, so now we have this here. You can change your camera, you can change your microphone, you can adjust your volume, and you can change your speakers. I always bring this way up here because it allows me to hear my students better. I've noticed that if I keep it down here, I don't hear my students as well, even with my volume all the way up. So I just keep this all the way up, and then I can adjust the volume on my computer. I enter the classroom. The class does not start until you hit the start button. So they can't see you. Your students will be up here waiting for you. As soon as you hit start, boom. And you see there. So if I want to turn my microphone off, if I want to mute myself really quick, I can just hit this mute button. Your students will be down here and you can give them stars. I should actually do this with a student so that you can see what it looks like. You can share your screen here. On-stage frames are kind of cool because you can give frames to people that are on stage. So I'll drag and drop myself on stage really quick so you can see what the on-stage frames look like. and and it'll be the same thing for the students. They'll just be up here, but it will be the same thing for the students. So I can make myself big, I can make myself little, I can change the size of myself. I'll be able to do this exact same thing with the students. And when I want to get off stage, I can just click off stage. One of the fun things that I like to use are these little things down here. So I like to give them true or false questions or yes or no questions where they can vote. It's a cool interactive feature that the Classpod platform has. So say I want to say, okay, a verb is an action word, true or false? And then the kids are going to vote, and you're going to see who understands what they're learning. There's a cool little timer in here. So if I want to give them time to, draw something, I might give them 2 minutes, and I can time them, or I can set down a counter. There we go. And then they know. Down here in class, you will have your students, and that you'll be able to give them stars on their videos up here. There will also be an option where you can give them stars. And if I want to take away the blackboard, I can click on gallery view, and it just brings up a gallery view of all of my students. Down here, there are different things that you can do. So you can, change the size and the color of your pen, and you can draw. I'm a wonderful artiste. There's my sunshine. You can write things. So if maybe a kid's having a hard time spelling a word, right? So you can write it out, or you can ask a question or anything. If I want to erase something, I can just erase it using this eraser. Or I can erase everything. I can add more blackboards. So if I want to switch between blackboards, I can add as many blackboards as I want. I mean, I've never seen it. I don't know if there's a limit. No, it doesn't. I don't know if there's a limit. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going and going. So I don't think you'd ever use this many. So there's as many different blackboards as you want to add. And then if I want to add content, I can go into my library. This is where you can download things into the classroom ahead of time. So here's one where I did all about my dad. I can add this in here. All right. If I want to add something new that I haven't used before, I'll just click new, and I'll download a file or a folder. And then when I want to do this, I will just, boom, bring it up here on the screen. Sometimes it takes a second to load. So usually I like to load it and then come into gallery view, talk to the kids for a second, and then come back over here, and it's here. The kids have a magic wand up here, so if you want to allow somebody to draw on the screen, you can give them the magic wand. It's right up here on their picture, and you'll be allowed to do that. So now say you want to put instructions down here or whatever. You can say like, oh, I have it on white. You can't see it if it's on white. Like, write a story. Write a story or whatever. So the same thing. So now all of these for All About My Dad, all of these are in here. This is from Twinkle, by the way, but all of these are in here. If I want to go back to the blackboard where I have like 6 million slides, I can go right over there. So these tabs up here are for different things that you're doing. I can actually go to, I could choose a page over here if I wanted to. And if I want to zoom this in so that it's easier to read, I can do that. And the cool thing about it is that the text stays where you put it. So say I'm putting like all about every day my dad, oh, that's really big. Every day my dad likes, that's still really big. Get a little smaller here because I zoomed in so much. Every day my dad likes to drink coffee. Okay. So now when I move it, it's still going to be exactly where I put it. So that's a kind of a cool thing here where you can do that. This is when I do this, I actually give the students the PDF. I'll print it out for them so that they have it. Same thing if I want to come in here. I want to erase everything. And if I want to completely reset everything, I can reset it using this button here. And then if I wanted to move something, which I don't have anything over here to move, so I'm going to draw something really quick so I can move it. Okay, so now I want to move what I drew. I can just move it, you know. My dad's name is, okay, we're doing that one. Okay, now we're going to come over here. We're going to do this one, whatever it is. So those are the different tools that you can use in the Classpod classroom. It's really, really nice, and you can actually come in here and practice. Now, up here, it tells you your timer. It tells you how long class has elapsed for. Once class is getting ready to end, it's going to say like, hey, class is over. It's going to kick you out of the classroom in 5 minutes. Do you want to extend for 10 minutes? And there'll be a little thing right here where you can extend yes or no. So you can extend your class for 10 minutes if you're going over for whatever reason too. So like say your kid was late, or you had tech problems, or you just want to sit and chat. It's just, you know, it's one of those students that you really like sitting and chatting with, and you're okay with that. Now, say for some reason you're having tech issues. You don't want to end this. You don't want to end it because then you won't be able to get back into the classroom. But what you can do is you can come over here and just refresh it. It's going to bring everybody back in the classroom. It's going to reboot the entire classroom. Everybody will come back in. If for some reason I have had that where I had tech problems because I didn't update it or whatever, if you go over to view and click reload, it's going to do the exact same thing. But I've had this before where I wasn't able to get it over into the settings. It was some weird tech glitch. And if that happens, you can just go into view and reload or force reload. The one thing about this is that students actually cannot screen share. So if you want the students to screen share at this point in time, you are going to have you're going to have to use Zoom. So that's one of the reasons why you might want to use Zoom. The cool thing is if you have somebody reading and you have them on stage, say it's a reading thing, you can actually bring them down here so they know who it is. The students, you can actually mute the students. So if they're, you know, being disruptive in class, or if there's a lot of background noise, like my daughter cutting paper right now, then you can just hit the mute button. I can't hit it on her. I can't mute you, Claire. But if somebody else in your classroom is being...
you can do it.
Oh, I can't? I can mute you? Okay. Bloop. But if somebody in the class is being disruptive, you can hit the mute button. Same thing if you have disruptive noises in the background, you can hit mute on yourself too. If you have a problem in the classroom, you've got this nice little headphone thing here. This is going to open up the help thing, and you can send them a message. I'm not going to do it because they're going to get a notification that I'm trying to reach them. But when you do it, it'll say like, are you a student or a teacher? You click student. It will actually give you the list of, you know, is your learner having a problem? Which learner is it? And you can click the student that's having a problem. And then when you're ready to end your class, you can say goodbye, everybody, and just hit the end for all button. It's going to log you right out, and then you are right back into here. You can, you know, you can vote on it, like how was your classroom experience? Thank you for your feedback. Boom. There's a nice little guidebook over here too, where you can actually come in here and read some of the different tips that they have. If you have any questions or you want to learn about Classpod a little bit more. Classpod is not available on an app. Like, it's an app for your computer, but you can't actually use it like on your iPad or anything at this point in time. And then over here, you have your classes. Over here, you have your classes, and you can see I don't have a lot of students because I just started opening up more classes on Allschool. I wasn't teaching very many, so we'll have to see what this changes to shortly from now. I recently made some changes in my life here, and I want to be working on Allschool a little bit more. I like Allschool. And then if you go into the library, it has the different courses that you have. It has the courseware. So if you want to create interactive courseware, you can create interactive courseware on there. And then it has any files that you have added. So when you go under the interactive classware, it's going to show you it's going to bring this up. I will go over this in a different video, but this is kind of cool that you can, you can actually make your classware, your courseware right in the Classpod app if you want to. It will pull this up, and it's a free resource that you have, so you can make your slides in there. I mean, it's just like Google Slides. If you use Google Slides, you're just doing it inside there, and then you can go to publish. Now I have this classware that I can add. See, I've got this interactive courseware, which is going to show absolutely nothing because I didn't do anything, but whatever I had created here would show up as interactive courseware.
Thank you for tuning in to this Allschool Classpod tutorial. If I miss anything and you still have questions, make sure you drop them in the comments below. If there are other videos that you would like to see, let me know about those as well. If you are not currently a teacher on Allschool and after watching this, you're like, hey, that actually seems pretty cool. Maybe I want to try that out. The link to apply is down here, and I'll see you all in this video over talks you through the application process. All right, see you guys over there.